Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are welcome to the channel. My name is Wanda. I'm a native to New Jersey in America, born and raised, and moved to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania back in July of 2020. And so 5 years living in Tanzania. All is well. I'm thinking as I'm talking, so sorry about the delays. Anyway, welcome to my faithful subscribers, the one that have been rocking with me from day one, and welcome back. And to my new subscribers, my very new subscribers, you are welcome. Karibu Sana, Karibuni, welcome to my channel. You are very welcome. So, today decided to do a video. I am kind of excited today. I'm super excited today because of what we will be discussing today. And before I get into the topic which you see in the title of the video, I wanted to share that I did kind of dress up today for this special occasion because I am super excited about the new passport, the new Pan-African passport that Captain Ibrahim Traore has created, the United States of Africa passport. So it's for diaspora of African descent, all people for that matter of African descent. It's for all Africans, and so all around the world, all dispersed off the four corners of the earth, in Africa and outside of Africa. It is a Pan-African passport. So I wore my fro today, family, and it's growing, it's getting there, it's coming out, but I wanted to wear it out today for you, something different. And I dressed up today, as you can see. If you don't know, I went to Ghana during the year of return, and I did buy a few things. So I brought this outfit. So this is a shirt, and then I have a skirt to go with it. And I also bought this, because you know Ghana is known for the kente cloth. The kente cloth, they have the kente cloth, the authentic kente cloth factories in Ghana. So I did get some. I got this one, and actually I had a naming ceremony, and they gave me a name, which is on here. But I'm just showing the top part because it has like the fringes on it, and I wanted to kind of show the colors. The rest of it is just black, but I wanted to show the colors, so I kind of lined it on me because this is somewhat of a celebration, and I wanted to wear my African attire today in celebration of this United States of Africa passport that has been created with us in mind. And so I am super excited about it. It's been all over the internet. There was actually a sister from Haiti that went to Burkina Faso, and she was the first person to receive her United States of Africa passport. And so there are many benefits to that passport, and I'm going to get into the details about it, but I wanted to just do this little introduction. Hello, everybody. Hi, you are welcome. Karibu, Salama, Shalom, Shalom, Grand Rising, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. And if you're watching me, thank you. Do me a favor before I get into this, because I have a lot of notes. Family, you're going to be so proud of me. I took notes for this because I wanted to make sure that I hit all the important points. And I'm super excited because I am part of the diaspora, because I was born outside of Africa in America, and my ancestors were the ones who were stolen during the transatlantic slave trade over 500 years ago. And so they were sold or stolen from Africa and taken to the Americas. So that passport applies to me and my people as well in America. The African Americans, of course, because you do have different groups. You have the FBAs, and that they don't have any association to Africa. I'm talking about the African Americans, the ones that know that we are descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, and our ancestors were. So I'm proudly wearing my African garb today, family. I'm proudly wearing it. I was gonna wrap this around my head, but I wanted to show you my fro and how it's growing, and shout out to all those who came to Tanzania and brought with them my clients shout out to my clients, not just anybody. They're my clients who supported me, supported my business, because I created a company. It's called Diaspora Connect, LLC in Tanzania. I was already doing consultations, encouraging those who are interested in visiting, doing business, repatriating, relocating to Tanzania, come through. So I created a company. It's a local company. I have two Tanzanian partners. And so I assist those who are interested in visiting, repatriating, and really relocating and doing business in Tanzania. And so I have been doing that 5 years. Well, I created the business back in 2021. So 4 years with the business, but 5 years living in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam specifically. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you for all those who are my clients who have ended up coming and brought hair products for me, family. Look what's happening for me, family. Of course, we know that hair products don't grow your hair, but it does help to keep it moisturized, and it does help to keep it from, help you to retain length, so it won't like break off. So those products that I love so much that I asked you to bring for me, thank you so much. You know who you are. I'm not going to name names. Thank you. Appreciate you so much because you're contributing to the growth and success of my fro fam, of my glory. So thank you for that. Anyway, how about we get into the subject? Because sometimes people say to me, it took you 10 minutes before you talked about the purpose of the video. I get off. I do. That's just me, family. You have to remember, these YouTube videos are us in our authentic selves, right? Nobody is like me. And so, yes, I do get off. And I do ramble. And I do repeat stuff over and over. I do. I've heard people tell me that. And, that's just me, fam. It's my channel. Come on now. I'm going to display my personality. I'm going to talk the way I talk. It might not be proper English to some people. Some people can't understand me. I guess it's different languages, or maybe proper speaking people, they don't understand. But we have to understand also that Black Americans, we create our own language. Even we learn English as like in school, but we change it up and we add words, and it's called Ebonics. And so a lot of us speak Ebonics, and I do too. But I speak enough English for anybody who knows English to kind of understand. Some words you may not understand and how I put everything together. And of course, the accent might throw you, but it's me. So thank you for tuning in. Let's get into the topic at hand. The Pan-Africanist Passport, the United States of Africa, created and developed by our beloved Captain Ibrahim Traore. I'm trying to say it in French, but I got a heavy tongue, y'all. I'm not a French-speaking person, which is why I haven't visited the Francophone countries yet. I've only looked into the English-speaking ones as well as Swahili, But yeah, Traore, and he created this passport, the United States of Africa. And I'm super excited, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful. So I'm sure he may not see this video, but I want to say thank you so much, Captain Ibrahim Traore. We are so grateful for your vision, for acknowledging who we are, for welcoming us back, for trying to put things in place to where the ones who do want to come back and who know who they are and fit the DNA and the gene, checking the DNA and genes and all that, that we fit the bill. We are of African descent, basically. Thank you so much. I'm an African American, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. I just had to do this video and just talk on behalf of the African Americans that, yes, we are so grateful and thankful, and we don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. Many of us are leaving America, and we're coming back to Mama Africa to develop, to create a life for ourselves, to bring our resources here, to meet, mingle. Some of us are getting married and having children and all that wonderful stuff. So we are very grateful and thankful. So let me get into the subject matter, and I'm going to touch on a few points. I've listened to a couple of videos, and of course the information that I did get is online, and there are many videos online. So if you want to double check behind what I'm saying, please do so. You're always welcome to double check behind anything I say. I don't want people to think I'm making things up and it's just up in the air. Yes, double check behind anything I say. And you are even welcome to tell me if it's this, it's not that. Sure, in the comments. As long as it's respectful, I don't have a problem with it. Okay, let's get into it. I did take some notes, but let me put my glasses on, y'all. I gotta put my bifocals on, okay? So I'm looking at my phone. It's right here on my stand. So I wanted to go ahead and read some notes here that I wrote. Let's see. Okay. So I wrote, let's talk about Captain Ibrahim Traore. His new passport called the United States. It is the United States of Africa passport. It's the Pan-African Passport. Super excited about that. So excited. Okay. So the first person that received the passport was a sister from Haiti, and she sacrificed a lot to save money to go to Burkina Faso to obtain the passport. Of course, he's not recommending that we do things like that. He's saying pump your brakes. She was already there and she did it. She was the first one there, so she was given her passport. But you know, they want to do it in a more organized manner. They don't want people just coming in there all willy-nilly, and the country is not prepared for your arrival, right? So you have to follow the instructions, family. We have to follow the instructions. I know we are excited to apply for the passport and to, just excited, but just make sure that you follow instructions, because the country is not set up right now to receive tons and tons of people running in there like the first sister did from Haiti. But she did receive her, so she was the first person. I think it was on August 6th. She was the first person to receive her Pan-African passport. So shout out to you, sister from Haiti. I forget her name. It's online if you want to know what her name is. So after they showed the ceremony of her getting her passport, the video went viral, and then people were all over trying to go onto the online portal to apply, and the system was only set up to have 1,000 applications at a time or something, or to come in at once. Let me tell you what African Americans did, family. African Americans, more than 500,000 African Americans applied. And that's just African Americans. We're not talking about people from the Caribbean, from Europe, just from all over. It was like over, I think, 1 million and some people applied for that passport. And guess what? It crashed the site. So they have to rebuild the site. And they're working on that now. And they're the president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, he is setting up different centers to where people can apply. He's setting up centers in the U.S., in Europe, and in the Caribbean where our people can apply. That will help out so everybody won't be bombarding the online system like we just did. So they're trying to make it a little bit more efficient. So they had to basically rework it and rebuild it because it crashed. It was too many applications. So I'm reading through my notes. And also another good thing is the African Union has called a meeting to fast track the passport. The African Union has called a meeting to fast track the passport. Wonderful, wonderful news. Again, wonderful news. Super, super excited. I got a surprise for y'all at the end too. I have a surprise for y'all at the end. Okay, so moving on. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, okay. Now, this is what Captain Traore says. He says, quote, "This passport is not just a piece of paper, family, but it is a key to repair, a symbol of return. Our stolen sons and daughters are not guests. They are coming home." I want to repeat that for those in the back of the room, in the front of the room, for those who are on a continent, live on a continent, and live outside of the continent. Let me let me repeat what Captain Ibrahim Traore says of Burkina Faso. I know I'm butchering the Traore part, trying to say it in French, but I'm just going to say Traore, how I say it, okay? Okay. Captain Traore says, quote, "This passport is not just a piece of paper, but a key to repair, a symbol of return. Our stolen sons and daughters are not guests. They are coming home." Yes, yes, family. Continental Africans all over the continent, please listen to what Captain Traore says about us. So please stop calling us foreigners, even though I know we have the passport. Stop calling us Mzungus. I know that we come from Mzungu land, but you have to understand how we got to Mzungu land, how we got there. You know, it was against our better judgment, you know. But anyway, let's move on, family. Let's move on. I don't want to get stuck on that point. Now, there are some stipulations to the passport, okay? It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. And I'm talking about, because specifically it's for people, you know, with African descent, but it's not for all people of African descent. It says the passport is only for those who love. Captain Traore says, quote, "The passport is only for those who love Africa, not to mockers and scoffers of Africa." So that's self-explanatory. If you have a problem with Africa, if you are causing division, if you are FBA and you hating on Africans, this passport is not for you. If you are anyone that's causing division between the African diaspora and the continental Africans in any kind of way, on the continent or off the continent, this passport is not for you. It's not something for you just to have a trophy. You know, you have to love the diaspora and you have to love Africa. So, and most of the continental Africans, they love Africa. And a lot of them, if they're saying something, they're responding or they're speaking against African Americans. So I would say mainly the ones outside of Africa. If you don't love Africa and you live outside of Africa, then this passport is not for you. It's not for you. Stay where you at. Okay. Now, with us as African Americans, they didn't say this for the other ones. They didn't say this for the Haitians, the Caribbeans. They are saying this for African Americans specifically, and I understand why. As an African American, and I think they're saying this, I don't know if they mentioned the Black British, but I think they're just mainly talking about African Americans, because the African Americans are the ones that's beefing with Africa. The main ones, the FBAs, are beefing with Africa. So this is about that. African Americans must prove through DNA connecting them to Africa via birth certificates, documentation from family history, DNA, etc. Any type of proof that you are an African of African descent. So if you don't have any documentation, they're gonna have centers where they can do genetic. That's what they called it. They can do genetic testing because Africans have a certain genetic. I forget the word they use. Genetic. Is failing me. Marker. Africans have a specific genetic marker, and we all have the same genetic marker as Africans. So if you don't have your DNA test or any history, family, records or something where your great grandmother said that she was from Africa and she got some kind of proof, then they can do a genetic testing to see your genetic. They have genetic markers that they know Africans all have the same genetic markers. So there are ways that they're going to set up that you can be tested. I think they may set up testing centers in the U.S., Europe, and the Caribbean for those who that don't have any proof. They need that the evidence, right? Okay. So genetic testing centers, and they're being set up in key regions, which I said the U.S., Europe, and the Caribbean. to help fast track verification. This is not a free-for-all. As I said, the passport is not for everyone. Hate of Africa will not be tolerated. And it won't be, hate for Africa won't be accepted or tolerated. So you already know that they're gonna be doing like background security checks on people when they apply. So they're gonna ask a lot of questions. They may do background checks. They may see your affiliations, your spiritual, any kind of affiliations that you have, any kind of associations or societies that you're a part of that are anti-African or anti-black, anything like that. Yeah, you won't be getting a passport. And they checking all that. Just please believe they checking all that. Your social medias, anything. You don't try to delete nothing, because they're gonna have people that can find out who you really are. So you can't try to. These are for people that try to be spies under certain organizations. They try to get the passport and try to ruin the whole movement. Yeah, they're being very strategic about checking certain people, and you can be banned also if they find out that you are if you're misleading or you're lying, and they find out that you're part of these anti-African, anti-black associations or whatever. You can be banned from that passport as well, from getting that passport. They can stop it at any time. They could revoke it at any time if they find out that you are being deceitful or nefarious or whatever you trying to deceitful. They can find out. You can't hide it. Yeah, they can find out. Okay, so according to the new directive, the new passport will be eligible for any person of African descent, any person. And I say the reason I'm discussing this on this channel is because the name of this channel is Diaspora Connect Tanzania, and I am a part of the diaspora, and I left America and moved to Tanzania, Africa, and I've lived here for 5 years. So my channel is all about diaspora. It's all about the sixth region, really the sixth region diaspora, the historic ones, the ones who were dispersed during the transatlantic slave trade. So that is that's my target market. Those are my target market. Those are the ones that I'm targeting my services towards or for, to help them, to assist them to come back to Africa, one, and two, if they're interested in Tanzania, I help them, with information and all kind of information that they need to get situated here, to do business, etc. So this topic and this information is very important and imperative to my people, my target market, as well as myself, because I only have one passport right now, and it's a U.S. passport. I would love to have an African passport. So this is very important for me as well. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, it says no one who spreads. This is another disclaimer. This is another FYI. No one who spreads hate and disunity of Africa will be getting this passport. This is to you mockers and scoffers of Africa. No one who mocks Africa will carry this passport, per Captain Traore, Captain Ibrahim Traore. He says there will be thorough screening laws and a brief security interview, background checks on personal and religious views. Yes, you're not slipping by. You're gonna be checked. Okay. Now, let me tell you what the Europeans said. Let me tell you what they said, fam. They have a lot of nerve, family. They got a lot of nerve. But anyway, let me tell you what they said. So the IMF and the World Bank set up emergency sessions to assess how this may affect global economic balance. So, we Africans, we mean something economically. You mean to tell me this may affect the Europeans, our money leaving America, leaving the West and coming back to Africa and bringing all our resources and our businesses to Africa. They want to know, the Europeans want to know, how is this going to affect global economic balance? Yeah, their money, that's what they're talking about. How would this affect their pockets? That's what they mean. They caution its effects, especially as thousands of wealthy diaspora relocate with their businesses to Africa. They call it a threat to global order. It's a threat. I'm saying this. It's a threat to their new world order. So us leaving with all of our resources and our businesses and leaving the West and coming back to Africa, this could economically, globally or economically affect the Europeans. Yeah. So they don't like us, but they want our money. They don't like Africans, but they want the resources. Same, it's typical. It's who they are is what they do. So that's what they said. Also, we know that this passport is like a rebirth of Pan-Africanism. So that's a wonderful thing. Okay, so let's talk about the Europeans again. So the European Union family issued a statement questioning African American. Y'all, let me say this again. The European Union issued a statement having nerve to question the loyalty of African Americans who choose to carry both African and U.S. passports. Don't they have a lot of nerve, family? Wait a minute, hold on. These same people, the European Union, these same people named us. They gave us that name, African Americans. They gave us the name because they know that they took us from the continent. And then we live in America. They even created the 14th Amendment to give us citizenship. So they know who we are. But yet they're questioning our loyalty as African Americans. Because we want to carry both the American and the African passport. We should benefit from both. Yeah, because we're African and you stole us out of our country, our native land, and brought us to your land to build it up. So what's the problem? What's the problem, fam? Why they got a problem? Why the European Union got a problem with that? Do you see the hypocrisy in that with these Europeans? Yeah, let's keep it moving, fam. Yet, that's what I say, yet, they are the ones who gave us the name African Americans, fam. Because they took us from our true homes. And so, let's see. Okay, so, all African descendants will be considered. So that's a great thing for the passport. Captain Traore says that, quote, Black unity is not a threat to the world, only to system. Well, actually, this is his response to this is Captain Traore's response to the European Union, okay? He says, quote, Black unity is not a threat to the world only he said Black unity is not a threat to the world, only to systems built on our division. And that's true. That's so true. I'm going to repeat that. Captain Traore says, quote, Black unity is not a threat to the world, only to systems built on our division. Very true. The passport is not the end, but it's the beginning. All praises to the Most High. And then finally, let's talk about the last and final act of symbolism of the passport. Captain Traore, Ibrahim Traore, signs an executive decree which designates August 6th as an official African holiday, which was the Haitian woman, the first woman to get the passport. He's commemorating that day as he's making it a holiday all across Africa. Executive decree which designates August 6th as an official African holiday, which is when the first diaspora received African passport and called it African Reconnection Day. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High. African Reconnection Day. Schools will be closed. Parades will be held all across the continent of Africa, remembering family, the ancestors who dreamed of this day, but were not able to see it. So we're standing in the gap for our ancestors because their blood is in us. And so they didn't get to see it, but we are here and alive to witness it and stand in and come back home. And I'm sure the ones that are righteous in heaven with our Father are pleased to hear this. Oh my, I think that's it, family, with my notes. I am super excited, family. This is good news for the Pan-Africanist diaspora, African diaspora, the world, the African community, us coming back together, us coming home to where we belong, to where we originate. So, Continental Africans, we're your brothers and sisters. I know you don't see us that way. I know it's difficult because we've been gone so long, but that does not change our